Oh my god, dude.
Yes!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yes!
What did you really just do?
Yeah!
You're nuts.
How'd I win?
You're
How did I
nuts.
win?
Let's go!
No, brother.
Let's go! I'm running around the house! I'm running around the house! I'm too good! Keep it!
Good calls, good bravery.
Whoa!
I'm so mad.
Back up. Play safe.
Oh no, Rudy!
Am I muted? Okay.
Oh no, Rudy!
I'm sending lol GG. And I'm blocking him.
Rudy, the gas station!
Look at this thing on him! This thing on him!
Welcome to the Quackdown episode 14. This week, we are unable to grab Fernando because unfortunately, he actually got nabbed for the next Scorsese pick. DiCaprio dropped out, so he picked up Fernando instead. So hopefully going into award season, that kind of picks up. I heard it's streaming only on Tubi. So I don't know why Scorsese picked that streaming service or why Fernando, he needs a better agent.
I
But
wonder
anyway,
what the audition was like.
I don't know.
I heard he didn't even need an audition because Scorsese just called him up and said, "You're the only one I can think of to replace DiCaprio."
He heard the duck facts and that was it.
It's a movie about a duck hunter, believe it or not, who struggles with his actions.
Oh my god.
But anyway, I am Tyler. This is Rudy. And we have a special guest. This is Sydney, my girlfriend.
Didn't
All right.
love that.
Anyway.
Add a piano riff right there.
But
When we do this.
What's the Willy Wonka with the really small thing?
The
where
flute?
he goes, and it opens the door.
Or you could do the L.A. Noir suspicious piano.
Oh
There's a
my
clue.
But anyway, anybody got anything mean to say?
Yeah, if you drive a Honda CR-V, I don't care what year, fuck you. I hate you. I have never been on the road and have witnessed a decent speed driving Honda CR-V. I'm always caught behind a Honda CR-V.
You say they're slow.
Yes.
Okay.
Every driver, it's like they were just. And you know what? The car itself is like, it's not bad.
It's a
It
good
can
car.
it can drive pretty fast if you let it. But anyone that owns one never lets it, and they're just like on this. They're just like on cruise control, going happily like 30 anywhere. It's just 30. So if you drive one, pick up the fucking pace.
Which is
I'm sick of it.
That's so funny because my 80-something-year-old grandma has that car.
Look at that.
I don't know if it was a speed issue, but she drove on the wrong side of the road a couple times. Hasn't driven since. Hasn't driven since. That car has maybe 1,000 miles on it and not done by her. So
Oh my goodness. See,
it tracks.
that car just like needs no advertising for its true intended customers. It's just they find a way. It'll get to the people that need
They
it.
hire the Ram guy that voices all the Ram commercials, and he's just like, if you want to drive under 30 miles an hour, 24 hours a day, the new 2025 Honda CR-V is for you.
Wait, isn't that
Yeah.
Sam Elliott?
Who's
Is
the
it?
yeah?
Is it?
And
Or is he
Will
just
Arnett?
or is he just the Ford?
Will Arnett might be Ram.
Really?
Yeah,
I feel like I remember
Yeah.
that.
because I listen to his podcast all the time, and they make fun of him for it because
Oh,
he's always
really?
talking about Ram on the podcast. It's like his
'Cause he has to?
Reese's. It's like his Reese's commercial. Speaking of like commercials
You're
that
one of those.
are, huh?
You're one of those.
What?
Say that again.
Reese's.
Oh, okay, it's Reese's.
Reese's.
So Reese's would be RESIS. Reese's.
Reese's
No,
Reese's
buddy.
Pieces.
But well, okay. How do you spell? Well,
Are you saying Reese's Pieces?
Exactly.
no, it's Reese's Pieces. They're spelled differently. If it was RIECE,
Reese's Pieces.
Yeah.
It's got a rhyme.
Yeah. You
Why
just
would
made it rhyme.
why would it be Reese's? There's only one E at the end.
Yeah.
Why would it be Reese's? There's only one E at the end.
Yeah.
Why would it be Reese's? I have never
Reese's
heard
Pieces.
SES pronounced sis.
It's Reese's.
SIS?
Reese's.
Yeah, exactly.
Reese's
It's not
Pieces.
Reese's. That's what I'm getting at.
It's not Reese's Pieces.
Well, it's not Reese's either.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
No.
Then what is it?
I don't know, but apparently we're all fucking wrong. you, Reese's is
Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces.
It's lost all meaning at this point.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't.
stupid. It's a dumb fucking candy anyway.
Hey,
Yeah?
Yeah.
it's fantastic.
No,
Put it in your popcorn.
the
Oh.
Thank you.
That and
Thank
M&M's.
you. Yes. Especially the peanut ones.
Ugh.
no. Because
You don't know how to
it's
live.
the texture of the Reese's Pieces.
Too mushy?
That kills you?
It's very like
mushy.
sandpapery.
What? No,
The peanut butter.
Whoppers are sandpapery.
Oh, yeah.
Whoppers.
I can't
That's
I
like
can't
eating
deal
a
with
piece of
Whoppers
chalk.
yeah. But Reese's Pieces are fine.
No, it's like the same texture as when Chipotle first did their queso. Just kind of felt like
Ew.
it felt like I was eating peanut butter, but it felt like somebody had like left the jar open on like a beach
I don't think
and
anyone...
Have you done that before?
daily.
But, like, I don't know if anyone, paid attention to that because nobody eats Chipotle as much as you did.
I know people paid attention to that
Yeah.
because Chipotle did a full redo. Like
Okay.
they fully went back
Rebrand.
and they were like, "We fucked this up. We're so sorry."
he's in a Chipotle Reddit group, that's why.
Absolutely.
They talk about it on the
I
weekly.
deleted my Reddit.
Really?
Fully. I'm done.
I'm
out of the gate.
So I'm 50% proud of you.
I'm 50%.
What's the other 50?
Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Why not?
Okay. I had a little bit of a problem where I was watching TikTok and maybe I got a lot of my news from TikTok. So we made an agreement. I was like, I'll get rid of TikTok, you get rid of Twitter.
No,
or
that wasn't the
X.
agreement.
Yes, it was.
Uh-uh.
What are you talking about?
Me and your mom had both been like, you should not have TikTok because it's bad.
I
And
know.
then you were like, all right, I'll delete it. And
But then you offered it up. You were like, if you do that, then I'll delete
no,
Twitter.
I said I was just deleting those for like a social media break because I did one of those for like 2 months. And it was really nice, actually. But Twitter's just fun because I love watching it crash and burn into the ground. That's it. It is a total mess nightmare. Elon is on there promoting Nazis daily. Every
For
single
the betterment of humanity.
for the betterment. Every single fucking day, the ads I get on Twitter because nobody will advertise on Twitter anymore are fucking hilarious. I got one for Rudy Giuliani's coffee.
He has a coffee?
Yeah, it looks horrible, but he's so happy about it. He's so excited about his coffee. And it's
Let the man
ridiculous.
live.
It's so
It's the little things.
for a trader, yeah.
Wow.
I did have something to talk about, and
Uh-huh.
it's very nice that she's here. Even though we haven't seen the movie yet, Furiosa
Oh, yeah.
is bombing at the box office.
Why?
It is.
Bombing. And I mean, every person I've heard says the movie's incredible.
Is it competing with anything?
No.
Is no one just going to the theater?
Nobody's going to the theater to see it.
Because it's dirty.
But like, so is Dune. Dune is just as dirty.
It's
It's
not.
pretty sand.
It's not. That's
It's-
pretty sand. Mad
It's
Max,
sand, not dirt.
all that kind of. It's dirty.
Well, it's
sand.
also like Dune is like Star Wars. So like everybody's lived on these planets. They've
That's what you
adapted.
said, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas like whatever. My thing is everybody's going like, "Oh, you made a movie about a woman and now it's flopping." And I'm like, I don't know if that's the reason here because everything I've heard about the movie is she's fucking awesome in it and it's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing that's happening with the new Star Wars show because the lead is a black woman.
Is that why? Because I just saw this morning that it's getting review bombed, but the critic score is like Rotten Tomatoes like over 90%.
Yes, it's getting review bombed because it's a bunch of man children that can't just take a break from Star Wars when they don't like it.
I was gonna say, I'm like that demographic.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Also that.
I hate to say it,
It's-
and I wish it was different, but
Nobody hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans.
yeah.
Like,
What a statement.
but it's true. Like,
Yeah.
when The Last Jedi came out and you still haven't seen it,
Nope.
I love that movie. I think it's one of the most unique Star Wars movies ever. And everybody shit on it, but they mostly targeted the women to the point that one of the women actresses like stopped acting for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like the her name was Rose or something like that in the movie.
Oh, Poe's the love interest?
Finn.
Finn.
Finn's love interest,
Yeah, yeah,
which
yeah.
I agree is a stupid plot line, but no reason to be like attacking a real person over it. And they're like doing the same thing here. They're like going after the lead and they're saying it's such a woke show and everything. And I'm like,
Because
it's
there's a woman in it,
yeah.
and
I'm
she's like the main.
it's Star Wars.
That
Not everybody is gonna be a straight white man from Earth. It's Star Wars. Like,
I hate how just so casually that term is being
Woke?
thrown nowadays.
Woke,
Yeah,
yeah.
it fucking grinds my gears.
well, it's the only time it gets thrown around, and there's a direct correlation is when it's not white, not straight, not a man.
Yes.
Any one of those, or all three. If you get all three,
Ooh.
the trifecta.
Super woke.
I'm pretty sure like Donald Trump's kids shit themselves if you get all three. Just wherever they are. Just damn,
Mid golf swing. Fuck.
still hits it in. Shit running down his leg.
Oh, ridiculous.
Oh, but I mean, I'm befuddled because like last summer, a woman-led movie, Barbie, dominated the box office, and at that point, it wasn't like, oh, go woke, go broke. And I hate that saying because they always use it whenever, like when The Little Mermaid came out, that's what they were saying, go woke, go
She
broke.
was a
'Cause she was-
African American.
Yeah, because she was a different color than normal, and it's. I really enjoyed that movie, except for the Seagull song. I thought,
The Scuttlebutt.
yeah,
I love that song.
I cannot stand. I like Aquafina. I think she's fine. I think she's funny. She cannot sing, and she should not sing.
But I also feel like that was the point. Like it was supposed to be a little like not great.
Yeah, but
Because it's supposed
Was
to
it
be
a
just
long-
a fun song.
Was it a long song?
it went on a little too long.
I don't remember it being that long, but I was in heaven
Yeah.
watching that movie. Ugh.
That was, in my opinion, that was one of the better done live action Disney
Absolutely.
movies.
Absolutely.
I still don't totally understand the point behind the live action Disney movies at all. If you're gonna remake the story like beat for beat and not change anything, like that's like The Little Mermaid. It adds a different
It
perspective.
does- yeah.
It's nice. But then
Aren't they doing another Lion King?
yeah,
Are they doing just the second
Yeah.
one?
it's just called The Lion King 2. I
Or
think,
is it?
I
Oh
think
no!
it's
Is
the-
it? No, it's the
Oh,
Mufasa.
Mufasa.
It's Mufasa.
prequel.
Yeah.
Or is it
Uh,
Mufasa or Scar?
Mufasa, yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
they're doing that.
So
They're
is
doing
that a new story?
Because
That must
it's
be.
it's a prequel about him.
Because that was never an animated story,
I don't
right?
think
so
so.
it is.
Okay, so that's new.
Yeah.
Okay.
It could be interesting, but again, like animals are the last thing that you should do in live action because like the cartoon ones, they're so they have so much emotion and expression, and then like you go and see this lion and it's like, I'm so happy, and its eyes don't fucking move and
Right,
it doesn't
'cause
smile
it's,
because it's a fucking lion.
It's
Right.
an animal.
It's an animal. Like I like the Jungle Book movie that they did a while ago
Yeah.
with what's his name? Who's the emperor in Dune 2? Foo Fighters.
Oh, Christopher Walken.
Christopher
Yeah.
Walken, yeah. He was the
Fighters.
orangutan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
was?
Yeah. And I love his song, but I like that one cuz like they make the animals a little more animated.
Mhm.
But I'm like, just don't. That's such a dumb move. If you're gonna do it, like, do another. And I don't know why they hate 2D animation movies these days. Like everything has to be 3D or live action.
Well, it's because nobody has any really real new ideas.
No.
So they're like, let's just
And I think-
remake it.
there's this charm with older animated movies that
There's
A
love
was
and care.
it was love and care. It was expensive. It was time consuming,
Mm-hmm.
but it, in my opinion, it paid off.
But still not as expensive as these live action remakes that are bombing left and right because Disney
True.
is money laundering.
But those movies probably take a fraction of the time as a hand drawn movie.
Absolutely.
I mean, look at Spider-Verse, different animation.
Well,
style,
yeah,
like,
that's
that takes
because that's
forever.
done entirely in Photoshop.
Yeah.
Like
Man, that's crazy to think about.
that's a
It's impressive.
they can take as much time as they want on that last movie because I feel like anybody working on animation in that area, and like because you did digital art stuff,
Mhm.
like just
It's your
shush,
mommy?
mom.
It's my mommy.
It's my mommy.
Was that in like the first episode? You're like, it's my mommy.
Oh fuck, what was I saying?
I LOL'd. Digital art.
Oh, yeah. So you did digital art. You
Mhm.
know how long it took to draw
Oh.
just like a single thing.
Oh my god.
So like animating all that on a computer where each frame is like a Photoshop work of art
Mhm.
blows me away.
But also, like, they have teams of
Yeah.
hundreds of people doing it.
But
so
they
it
were,
helps,
like-
but it's
They were
incredible.
doing 90-hour work weeks
Oh,
leading up to
absolutely.
that. Like
Unreal,
it's
dude.
like I feel so bad for the animators on there because like Sony was like, you got to get this out by May.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, we would love a little more time. That'd be cool. And they were like changing the ending up until the last second. And that's
Yeah,
another
because
thing.
weren't they releasing different versions? Like
Which
Oh.
it was like one small little bit. And it just added to like this is, it's the multiverse.
Mhm.
You're over here seeing a slightly different version.
Hmm.
It was cool. It was like one scene that was different. That's it. Like I think a character had a coat on versus not having a coat on. That was cool. I thought that was fine. But like, it's like Marvel these days. 90% of the stuff is green screened because they don't have the final shot in mind ever. They don't know what they want.
Is
when
that
they're
because
filming it?
Yeah,
is that because they don't know for sure how it's going to connect to later stories with
kind of
other
but
characters or
there's a shot of Samuel L. Jackson, and he's sitting in a chair. There's a green screen behind him, which is like fine. They do that all the time just to save time on like sets.
sure.
That I'm fine with, but like his gun is a green screen gun because they didn't know what shape of gun they wanted for him ahead of time.
That's it?
That's it. And then there's like
Just give him a gun.
Right. I'm like,
Moon
how-
Knight
how
was
deep
like
is it?
90% green screen, and like they just don't build these sets with the intention in mind. And that's like Ant-Man, because we saw Ant-Man.
Yeah.
They were changing what the sets looked like, what like the people looked like up until the last second, which is why that movie feels so freaking weird. They just don't have the commitment to what they want to see on the picture
But
until
it
the
makes
last
sense,
second.
like they have to figure out how it works in the timeline, because that's my biggest thing with Marvel. And I'm gonna be honest, I had not watched, I don't think, a single Marvel movie before.
Well,
I
you saw
met
like Iron Man and
kind of, but just like whenever you try and explain it, you're like, oh, this happened before this movie, but this came out before that movie, and I'm like, my ADD just kills me.
starting it now is
I was going to say that
terrifying.
sounds overwhelming.
Because you put on, what movie did you put on?
I started Infinity War.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, who's this person? Oh, why is he saying that? What happened here? It's so overwhelming.
Like
So overwhelming.
the lead up to that movie is 23 movies.
I know. Like,
Oh my God.
and
like-
not in the order it should be,
No, like now you can watch them in that order.
because they've come out.
Yeah,
But it's too much. It's too much.
but there's a lot of movies you can eliminate from there. Like the second Thor movie, you can cross off because it's like
And the third.
no, the third one's good. I really like the third one.
To each their own, I guess.
It's really funny. I like Doctor Strange, Black Widow. You don't need to watch.
It was fun.
It was okay.
It was fun.
It was very okay.
But it's
Florence
a woman.
Pugh was cool. And so was
David Harbour.
yes. They were fun.
I mean, it was a fine movie, but you could feel like that was the first Marvel COVID movie,
Mm.
and you could tell it sometimes. Like they had to cut corners and stuff, and that was when like Marvel CGI started going down into the gutter.
And
it
that
just-
poor movie got delayed like so many times.
yeah. Scarlett
She got
Johansson,
screwed. She got screwed.
I think she won her lawsuit though against Disney over that.
Oh, did
movie.
she?
She had a lawsuit.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
part of her deal, because she was a producer on that movie, was that she would get a payout from the box office, and then they released it on Disney Plus.
Oh.
And so she was like, "Hey, this is bullshit."
Yeah.
Because like part of my deal was I would get a payout. It was a gamble I was willing to take, but now you're taking that gamble away from me.
And they did that because of COVID.
They did it because of COVID, but it was like that. That would have been 2021 summer.
There was a very short time window where during COVID, I think the theaters opened up again
Yeah.
because I think that's how I saw Tenet.
No, yeah, that's how I saw Tenet. Tenet was the Tenet was the first movie to like really, really come back into theaters.
Yeah.
Because that was when they started like lifting the like you had to have seats apart between you and stuff like that.
Mhm.
That was the reason I think Christopher Nolan left Warner Brothers
Oh.
was because they screwed up that launch and he was like, delay it, please. And they were like,
Oh.
no. And then it bombed.
Damn.
And granted, it's not the best movie of all time. It's really fucking stupid.
No.
Really fucking stupid. But like he got screwed. And that sucks.
Right.
You can't screw the Nolan.
Just really quick. Star Wars. We watched the first 3.
Mm-hmm.
Because
So,
she hasn't seen it.
Phantom Menace through.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really want to show her Andor and then Rogue One and then A New Hope. And
Oh, it's an interesting take. I haven't seen Andor, but I've seen
should.
Rogue One,
you
and
should
I
fucking
love that
see
movie.
Andor. Rogue One is outstanding. That's one of my dad's favorite Star Wars movies because we all went to see it in the theater, like all of us. And there's this scene, a bunch of like Star Wars people are arguing, and then this really cheesy kind of feels like ripped out of the 70s, way in the background. There's some guy that just goes, "What is she proposing?" And really, really stupid. But me, Rudy, a bunch of other guys, and my dad.
Mm-hmm.
It's a packed theater.
We
are crying, laughing.
Yeah.
Not a single
We're
other
the
person
only
is
ones
laughing.
laughing.
But we are dying because we all picked up on it in that second.
Oh my god.
And it's gotten like my dad says it all the time now.
Really?
Like all the time. And my mom like says it occasionally too. It's become iconic in our family for no reason.
It's such a small dumb line, but
It's
it
fucking ridiculous.
hit us too good.
It's amazing.
No, but I think it's a really good take because then you really get to see like what's at stake in between those two movies. Because
Yeah.
when you go into the fourth one, it's just mentioned, and you're just like, oh, okay, cool, it worked out.
Because they didn't have a plan to show you all the
Right.
horrific child killing that Anakin does.
Well, like, why not release the movies in the order?
So it's because George Lucas did the original 3
Right.
in the 80s and did not have any intention of telling a prequel story.
So then just leave it alone.
But lots of money. That's the
Lots of
difference.
money.
He made those 3. They got torn apart by reviewers, and then he sold Star Wars for $4 billion to Disney.
That's
4 billion. Yeah.
insane.
So like
Fair enough.
he came in, he made his movies, and then he said,
It's like, you do it.
"I'm old. Give me money."
I'm
Did
old.
you ever see Revenge of the Sith in theaters?
Mm-mm.
That was one of my earliest theater
My dad said it was too violent.
experiences. Too violent?
Actually, my dad's friend, you know my dad's really, really tall friends.
All of
One
Everyone's really,
of their
really tall
daughter
to me.
their
I'm
daughter went on the
5'3".
cruise with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So her dad told my parents that Revenge of the Sith was too scary for me, so I didn't get to go see it in theaters. Which it was, because I mean, for like that came out in 2007? 2005. Sorry.
Yeah.
So we were what, 7?
7.
8?
Yeah.
Yeah, Anakin kills people our age in that movie. So
But like off screen.
yeah, until you see the hologram of him
Like-
cutting children in half.
You don't see it.
Yeah, like it's was there a hologram?
Yeah.
It's been a while
God.
since I've seen it.
Obi-Wan and Yoda go and look at it, and that's when Obi-Wan finds out it was Anakin, and it's just him cutting children in half.
Oh.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's
that.
very
I
small.
thought that scene was just implied. To be fair, I think as a kid, I'm like, I don't think I fully understood. Like, well, how did we get here?
Right. Like, it just kind of happened.
Anakin was super happy at the beginning of this movie.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened here?
Yeah. What happened?
It does happen very quickly.
Yeah.
Like, Anakin goes from, like, hey, this Chancellor guy, he's a little evil, to, like, I'm going to kill everybody and anything right now.
Yeah,
Right now.
It's a big, very fast switch.
You get
Complete 180.
whiplash from it.
Yeah.
Because he's literally like, Mace Windu's like, you did awesome. I'm super proud of you. We're going to go take care of Palpatine. Mace Windu has it taken care of, and Anakin's like, I need him alive.
Is the opening of that movie with Count Dooku?
Mm-hmm.
Does he die?
Yes. He gets his head chopped off by Anakin.
Anakin, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's right. Man, yeah, I haven't seen that in a long time.
Violent.
It's the best of the three, but it's still really stupid at sometimes. And I think it's because of how much it's gotten, like, turned into memes
Mm-hmm.
at this point.
Same with I kept seeing my TikTok was flooded for a while of when they brought back all the original Spider-Man movies in theaters.
Yeah.
And
Oh, those are ruined for me.
Dude,
Ruined.
memes
I
everywhere,
love them.
especially the third one.
Yeah, the third one, the dancing.
The dancing Tobey Maguire, the
Yeah,
like
dude.
anytime
I
that
love
pops
it.
up now.
The I'm something of a scientist myself.
Exactly. Like it was all of those scenes that we originally saw and we took them like remotely seriously are now just forever comedy.
Yeah.
I think it's also just like growing up and learning who that director is and like how he does his movie style.
True.
You go and watch any of his movies and they're all like, oh, he's being as cheesy as he fucking can.
Right.
Yeah.
While also throwing in some like really dark scenes, but like Doctor Sleep 2 is super cheesy at a lot of times. And it's got like the old 80s like camera movement and stuff like
Mhm.
that. She won't watch Doctor Strange because she doesn't like him with a goatee.
Something about
That's
it.
it?
Yeah.
Something about
To
it.
be fair, it is the it's like the common like I'm a villain
Yeah.
goatee.
Yeah.
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 And I just.
But
In,
you hear Cumberbatch speak with an American accent and I feel I don't know, safe
Yeah.
with him. And that
Plus, those movies have Wong in them.
yes.
Long.
He's Doctor Strange's best friend.
Mhm.
Oh, in speaking of that goatee, this
Ugh.
show I've been watching recently, kind of underrated gem,
Don't.
Agents of Shield. This guy who's been like a good guy. Hang on, put the headphones back on. This
He's
guy,
out. He's out.
This guy who's been like a pretty good guy the whole show. He ends up kind of becoming evil later on, and you can tell once he's become like evil when he shaves his beard into a goatee. And it's the most evil goatee I've ever seen in my life. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, he's gone.
Worse than the who am I thinking of? He was the villain in Prince of Persia.
Oh my God, Ben Kingsley?
Yeah, he's got like the best evil goatee.
You mean the only guy to win an Oscar for doing brownface?
Oh, God.
For
Gandhi.
oh my god, that's right.
He played Gandhi.
Wow. Never seen that movie. Have you?
Yeah.
I don't think I have.
Is it good? It's a long.
It's long. It feels
long is it?
very, I think it's like 3 hours. It feels very similar to like that Lincoln movie
Mm.
where like for people that are super interested in history, like
Not
yeah.
the vampire hunting one, right?
No, that one's sick.
that
one's
one
dope.
does sound kind of cool.
That one's dope. That's so dope.
I forgot that
Um,
existed.
I before Fernando went off to his movie deal, I revised our agreement. So
Oh,
he still
okay.
has to finish Usher, but
Okay.
um,
And
he already finished Bly. So he finished
there was
Bly.
a third one though, right?
It was Castle Rock.
Oh yeah.
So I'm taking that one off.
Okay.
He did not like Bly, by the way, like at all.
What?
He said, it was scarier than Hill House,
That is
which is wild to me. 'Cause
Bullshit.
It's not.
What?
bullshit.
not.
It's not. It's the
Um,
most tame out of all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't
um,
finished Usher yet, but
Yeah. But he's on the third episode of Usher, something like that. He
Okay.
seems to be enjoying it from what I've heard. I think it's the most
It's
enjoyable.
pretty tame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I revised it. So Castle Rock is gone.
but
I have been begging him forever because it's one of the greatest TV shows I have ever seen. He's gonna watch the first season of Succession.
Mm.
Finally.
Because Usher is just a
Usher is
horror version
Succession.
of that. Yeah.
like,
Oh, I get
Literally.
I guess that makes sense.
and they use the same music too.
Oh, for sure.
Like, it's
Because his
So
his
good.
his reasoning for not watching Succession is because he just hates
He
hates when
doesn't-
they're all just
Yes.
shitty people.
yes,
Mhm.
He's like, who am I supposed to root for if they're all like this?
but like Veep, he stopped watching Veep because he was like, they're all shitty people, and I know this is how the government is actually run.
It's a scary.
It's a
thing
little
to
scary
watch, for
to
sure.
watch when
Sure.
you're like, oh, this is genuinely, I know people are doing this.
Right.
But like Succession, it's like a play done masterfully for 4 seasons, and it doesn't slow down, and every season is a killer.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think I've ever seen a show where every single season is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
And your deal with him is just the first season?
Just the first season.
Do you think that's enough to hook him?
I think, yeah.
You're either gonna love it or hate it.
Yeah.
Because it can be a very like.
It's a lot to get into
Yeah.
for the first little bit. But once you're in it, and like once you have a connection to the characters, and
Mhm.
especially once the comedy starts rolling,
Mhm.
hilarious. Plus, one of the main guys in that show is in Deadpool 3. He's the TVA agent,
Yeah.
Tom Matthew McFadden.
Oh my god, I love Tom.
He's good. He's a very popular British actor.
Yeah.
I found out when I did that subscription to BritBox TV or something like that.
You didn't see him in Pride and Prejudice?
No, I just, after finishing Succession, I finally realized that was him.
Oh, okay.
Um,
He cut his hair.
no, but like I'm maybe 15 episodes away from finishing Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh my god!
So-
when did this
He's
deal
plowed
start?
Through it.
It was like late March. It's been a while.
Okay,
It's been
okay,
a while.
Yeah,
It's a lot. There's like 156 episodes.
That's crazy.
they're an
It's-
hour long.
Yeah, they're all an hour long.
Jeez.
Mm-mm.
45 minutes to an hour. But
Nope.
it is entertaining the whole time. Genuinely, like I was talking to Fernando about this because he's the entire time I've been watching it, he's been like, yes, I've been vindicated. Because he's talked to me about this for probably 6 years, and I've
Years.
hated him for it.
Yeah.
Because we'd be doing just about anything, and then he'd go, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That person's an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I did that to her at the end of, what did we see in theaters? Oh, Planet of the Apes.
Yes. You're
At
like,
the
I
end of it-
hate to be this guy, but
And she's only there for like 2 seconds.
yeah.
But like, she's in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She's also in Severance. She's
which one?
the
The main girl,
no,
redhead.
the Asian girl.
Oh, the
yeah,
the therapist.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't
Yeah.
want it. Yeah.
That's a good
Nice.
show too. That's a show. She one of our like our 4th date or something like that. You came over and I was watching this Severance finale,
Oh,
Oh,
and it
Were
had
dude.
just dropped,
Oh.
and you had no idea what was going on.
No.
Oh my god.
But that episode ended, and I was just furious.
I was legit just watching like this at the edge of my seat, dude.
That is a, oh my God, that's an outstanding show.
Yeah.
And season 2 comes back in like October.
Does that? I haven't seen anything in real time on Apple. Do they do weekly episode, like weekly
Mhm.
releases?
Mhm.
I'm gonna talk about this for a second. I want that to be the norm
Yeah.
again. I
Yeah.
am sick because these fucking people that don't touch grass will finish an entire season, and then everything has you have the potential to get everything spoiled for you,
Yeah.
and like not everyone is gonna sit down and watch everything. And plus, when everything gets released on a weekly basis, we talk about that one episode for longer,
Yep.
and it actually makes the whole season more memorable.
It's
Right.
why HBO has never switched to the drop them all at once format,
Good.
because they understand that content.
Yeah.
If you're a fucking subscription service, just from a business point of view, if you're going to release it all at once, people can go pay $15, cancel, and then you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Or you release it weekly,
And you have
people
to
get
keep
locked
coming
in,
back.
and you might have a couple people that wait till it's all out.
But the vast majority are gonna
Yeah.
hold on to that subscription for
Yeah.
the couple months that it's being out.
It's like me and Disney Plus right now. The only reason I really have it is for the Acolyte. And that's coming out week to week, and I'm super fucking excited about it. I love that. It's how TV was presented, but Netflix, who's the biggest culprit of dropping every single fucking thing at once, they drop it like Stranger Things should have been weekly because
Well,
they're
yeah,
gonna
'cause-
wait fucking 10 years between each season.
Exactly, because you watch the whole thing and then you have to wait at least 2 years to see and then you have to go back and watch it and like figure out it's like, but now they're backpedaling, kind of, with like Bridgerton that just came out. They released like the first, I don't know, 4 or 5 episodes, and then you have to wait until like
They're doing a
next
lot
month.
of part 1, part 2 because
Yeah.
they did that
They're
with
doing-
Stranger Things,
and they're doing that with Cobra Kai.
Yeah,
A 15 episode season split into 3 parts? Are you kidding me?
yeah.
Right.
That's that. At that point, just release them weekly.
Exactly.
Like just it's crazy.
It's all filmed.
It's crazy to me.
If the
like
Kardashians can do it, you can do it.
I think the only time something should be dropped all at once is like Echo. Echo was like maybe 4 hours at most.
Right.
I think that's a good content where like if I sit down or like I'm cleaning the house or drawing or something like that and I have that on the background, that's something I could finish in like one, sitting. I'm not going to be sitting the whole time, but like that's good. But like Stranger Things being like an 8-hour movie essentially,
Yeah.
where it doesn't even really feel like TV, it feels like a bunch of short movies that are connected to be an 8-hour movie. That's stupid.
I never watched season 3.
What about
So
season
3,
4?
Sorry, 4 is what I meant.
I got season 4 spoiled by her mom, so I just never finished it. I don't have a connection.
I don't know how it ends, but I know who dies, and
Yeah.
that was enough for me to be like, oh.
No.
But that's Stranger Things' big thing is they introduce a character just to kill him off, and
Yeah.
that's why that show's
True.
gotten so boring to me because I'm like there's no stakes for like your characters. You throw in these red shirts just for them to be killed off in brutal fucking ways.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
like Billy.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
Every-
love that actor, by
Yeah.
the way. Oh my god.
He was
every-
so good.
every season they just like the second season with Sean, what's his name from Lord of the Rings?
Oh yeah.
He's like the boyfriend.
Oh, Winona Ryder's boyfriend.
Winona
Yeah,
Ryder,
yeah.
yeah.
He gets ripped apart
By the dogs.
By the dogs. I'm like, that's
and then they all just
forgot
kind of
about
like
that.
stare and like
Yeah.
watch him through the doors. I'm like, oh.
it's.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that can be. The only reason I'm excited about the next season is because a director is coming out of retirement to direct 2 episodes.
Right.
Frank Darabont.
Who's that?
Mhm.
He did Green Mile.
Oh.
He did the first season of The Walking Dead.
Oh.
He did the Mist. If you remember, have you seen that?
No, but I know of it.
That is a fucked up movie because there's these monsters in the mist, and they only get you if you're in the mist.
Ew.
And
Is this the one where they're all like just in the grocery store?
yeah,
Okay.
and then at the end, because they're traveling in the car, something happens to the cars. So he's the dad of like this group. Instead of getting killed by the monsters, they all decide to off themselves. And then the mist clears up and everything's okay after his whole family has killed themselves.
Reasonable choice.
Yeah.
Stop.
It is a crazy movie.
Ew.
Crazy. And it's a Stephen King thing because he used to be like the Mike Flanagan. Like they love to kind of like partner up because The Green Mile is Stephen King. And
Really?
I think so. Chris warned so.
Huh.
I'll have to look it up.
Hmm.
But oh my God. But he's coming back for Stranger Things.
Oh, that's gonna be sick.
That's cool.
So,
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I think I'm, even though I never finished season 4, I think I'll finish it at
when
some
it's
point.
all out, like because I've dedicated at least 3.5 seasons of watching it. Like,
Yeah.
if it was going on for like 3 or 4 more seasons, I'd be like, I'm done.
They're
at
gonna
this
have
point.
one more and be done.
Well, this
right?
last one is
They're
their
all getting
last
too
one.
old.
Right. And I remember like I got like a fair amount of it spoiled for me, and then it was like the whole talk about the whole season. Kate Bush was topping the charts again. I'm like, I'm just gonna wait a bit. I feel like now I can go back and watch it.
Well, and I just
Okay.
want one season that doesn't end with Millie Bobby Brown just doing this.
Why?
Why didn't she do that earlier?
Because
Every season she's like,
it
my
takes
powers
a lot
don't
out of her.
my powers don't work, but she's getting older and more powerful, and then she's just like,
It takes a lot out of her.
and then everything is resolved.
Yeah, exactly.
It's stupid.
And let a woman step in, and we'll figure it out.
What has been your favorite Netflix original show?
Ozark.
Oh, okay. I never finished Ozark. That's a good choice though.
I don't think there's anything else really. Netflix doesn't have a lot of good.
I mean,
Oh, what the fuck am I talking about? Hill House, Bly Manor, Midnight Mass,
All
fuck.
of those, yeah.
Usher.
Mike's gonna be so mad at you.
I know, and he's directing the next Exorcist
Mike,
movie.
I apologize.
We're all
You know,
going to see that for sure.
I will, but I gotta say I refuse to watch the original Exorcist movie.
It's not bad.
It freaks me the fuck out.
It's so old and dated.
It's so cheesy.
It's so cheesy.
and that's coming from me.
You
I'm
could
like
watch
a
it now and be
wimp.
perfectly fine.
Yeah.
It's
Just in the
beyond fine.
daytime.
It's beyond.
Like
fine.
I'll probably be more scared with Flanagan, but like I trust this man with my life.
Yeah.
Yep.
That I'll do it.
See, I did, and then there was the dog situation,
in Midnight Mass.
and I spoke to him about it. I said,
Oh,
Mike,
really?
yeah, when we went up, what was it, like last November
At the Stanley,
Two-
right?
at the Stanley?
2 Novembers
yeah.
ago.
So him, Kate,
Huh.
and what's the other name? I'm sorry.
Samantha
Bev.
Sloyan.
Yes. They were all up there to do just like a little like conference and everything. And I think like the first thing I said to him, I was like, why the dog? And he was like, I'm sorry. I'm like, not sorry enough.
And that was right before we watched Dr. Sleep and then the
Oh my
baseball kid.
Yeah, because then there was a live viewing of Dr. Sleep. And then after I looked at him, I was like, why? And I think he saw me and he was like, oh shit. Like she's gonna.
That's still.
I looked at him, I was like, mm-mm.
I love the story behind that scene. How that kid
It's
had
so funny.
just a blast filming it, and everyone else is just horrified.
Right.
There's all these jokes. Because I forget her name. It's like Rachel something. Who's the hat? The main villainess.
Ugh,
Oh, I don't know her name. I know what you're talking about.
she's in The
Monaghan
Greatest
or
Showman.
something like that. Something. But she was like doing an interview like a couple months ago, and she was like, one actor like pissed me off so much that like I will never ever work with them again, and everybody was making jokes that it was the kid
It was
from
the kid.
Dr. Sleep.
She's like, stop laughing.
But she was even like, I couldn't be there while he was doing this.
Yeah.
Like I could not. It's crazy.
It was
He's-
one take, right?
Well, he did one take. Everybody was speechless, and he got up and high
He's like,
fived
"We
his
good?"
dad, and it was
We
like,
get ice cream now?
yeah. And everybody's just sitting there like silent. He's all like bubbly and happy.
They're like, this kid has to be traumatized. He was like, no, I just want ice cream. Like, I'm good.
He's a kid that I can see growing up to be
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
If he can
Oh my
do that
God, yeah.
at that age, it's going to be crazy.
All right. Anyway, we're reaching that point.
All right.
Today, in honor of our guest, we are watching actually her favorite movie of all time, The Phantom of the Opera. I forget the director, but it's Gerald Butler, Emmy Rossum, and Aquaman's brother. I forget his name,
I
but I'll
forget his
remember
name
it
too.
later. Patrick Wilson.
Nice.
There it is.
God, I'm good at this.
Nice.
And a couple others. Actually, there's two. The guy that played Steppenwolf in Justice League is in this. Ciaran Hinds. He's one of the people that buys the theater. But anyway,
No way.
Rudy has never seen this movie.
Correct.
I had never seen this movie till I saw it with her, so she is the big one of
I thought you were going to stop at it. I was like, till I saw it.
really, really well done. It is an opera movie, so it is 95% singing, but the music is really good.
Andrew Lloyd Webber
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
never disappoints.
He should have done a Spider-Man movie, but
No.
he missed out on that.
No, I don't think so.
His last name is fucking Weber. How is that? I'm pretty sure one of the directors of Spider-Man Like with Andrew Garfield, I'm pretty sure it's Mark Webb.
Every morning he wakes up in the mirror just like, I'll
He's
try again
like,
tomorrow.
I am Weber.
But anyway, we're gonna go watch that. I don't think it's streaming anywhere, which kind of stinks. But
I think it's
Really?
on Amazon Prime.
if it is on Amazon Prime, give it a check. If you haven't listened to the music before, listen to the music because the music is sick.
Educate yourself.
Let me make sure what it's on. Phantom of the Opera. Blah 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 blah. It is on Amazon Prime.
Nice.
It is on
I
Amazon
got you
Prime.
guys.
Yep. But yeah, we're gonna go watch that, and then we will be back. Cool.
Sick. Let's go watch a
All
movie.
right.
Hey guys, this is Rudy from the Quackdown Podcast. If you guys love electronic dance music, be sure to check out my own DJ radio show called Axiom Radio with Drebin. It's a 2-hour monthly radio show hosted by me. For the first hour, I play some of the best tunes that I found for the month and piece them together for a euphoric journey. The second hour, I pass the decks to a guest mix of the month where they finish off the journey however they please. So if you like trance, melodic house, or techno, check out Axiom Radio with Drebin on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast listening app. And be sure to give me a follow on Instagram at drebin.music to stay up to date on the show.
Welcome, viewers and listeners of the Quackdown Podcast. This week's Quack Fact is that ducks have been domesticated as pets and farm animals for more than 500 years. And all domesticated ducks are descended from either the mallard or the Muscovy duck. Mallards especially are easy to crossbreed with other types of ducks, and mallards often hybridize with all types of ducks at local ponds. So if you ever want to be reincarnated as a duck, come back as a mallard. Those little guys really get around. Thanks for listening to this week's Quack Fact. Now, on to the movie review.
All right, we are back from watching our movie, The Phantom of the Opera. It had Emmy Rossum, Patrick Wilson, Gerald Butler, and the big thing I wanted to bring up was the director is Joel Schumacher,
That name did sound familiar.
and I'll tell you why in just a little bit. But first, we got to go through ratings.
Okay.
Rudy, your first time. What do you think?
I'll give it a 7. It's good.
Okay. Sydney?
It's good.
It's your 110th time.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, based on how much I just love it as a movie, I would give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
But I feel like if I'm just focusing on just like it as a movie, period, I would give it like an 8.
Okay. I'm probably at an 8 too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the music is super catchy.
I loved every time he made an entrance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my favorite part of the whole movie was when he first reveals himself to her and they do the whole, like, they're on the boat
Mm-hmm.
going through the water.
The
That
gondola.
whole
Yes, that the whole scenery, the gothic vibes, the song itself is like very. I was telling her it gave me like 80s like Lost Boys,
Yes.
vampire vibes, and I loved
Yes.
all of it.
Yeah.
That part was awesome.
I always like that because I like the scene that follows it immediately after when it's not Emmy Rossum going down there.
It's everyone just freaking out.
Well, no, the blonde girl goes to try to find
Oh.
Christine.
Mm.
And this hallway that, like, when they went down, it looked magical and bright and pretty and lovely. And
Oh, that's
It-
a good point. And then when
Right.
she goes
She
through, I'm
goes
like,
down,
what's this
It's
dark,
quiet, little-
dingy?
there's rats,
Yeah.
there's spider webs everywhere. It's just gross. So, like, I really like that because it shows the, like,
How everyone else is
contrast.
seeing.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
Like-
because he's wanting it to be just like this romantic thing, and then everybody else is seeing it for what it is.
Yeah, which is creepy.
It's so creepy.
Yeah, he asked me kind of towards the end. He was like, "So the Phantom is not her father."
Mm-hmm,
I was like,
He's just being a jerk.
but he tries to make her think he is.
Yeah.
Which is
Extra weird.
you got to get
Very.
past the surface level awfulness and creepiness. It's hard, but you got to do it.
Yeah. There's a lot of famous people in this movie
Mm.
that I would not ever think could sing
Yeah.
to save their lives. And granted, like, the Pirates of the Caribbean guy like didn't really sing at all. He just got murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really like it. I think it's a good movie.
Yeah, I like the vibes.
The reason I bring up Joel Schumacher and the director is he's a very famous director. He's not alive anymore, whatever. But throughout the movie, one of the biggest aspects of the Phantom is anytime he enters or leaves a room, he brings his cape and he like flashes it up, hiding himself. Just very dramatic. And there's multiple transitions where it's like that's the scene wipe, and then it transitions you to the next scene. It's great. It's a lot of fun.
Loved it.
But I was thinking, because before we went to watch the movie, I was like, I know the director, and I know it had some significance to me, but I had no idea why. And then as the movie progressed and as the cape became more and more prevalent with how much everybody's cape looked magnificent, it clicked. Joel Schumacher did 2 movies in the late 80s, 90s. One of them starring Tommy Lee Jones, Jim Carrey, and another person. The other one starring Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I fucking knew it. Oh, I knew it.
He did 2 Batman movies.
No.
I knew it.
way.
And that's what, you know what's funny you say that? That scene where the Phantom picks up the rose, I'm like, play Kiss from a Rose.
Yeah.
And, oh my
You
God.
did
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that was in the credits for what? Batman Forever or Batman and Robin? One of the
Batman
two.
and Robin.
And oh, dude,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
so funny.
But I was like, man, this cape work is pretty well done. And that's, if you watch, those are 2 of the worst Batman movies of all time.
Absolutely.
Of all time.
But the
if you,
cape work.
It's Val Kilmer and George Clooney are the Bruce Waynes in that.
Yep.
Yeah. So
That is crazy.
they are both constantly twirling their cape up to leave, and same with Robin, and that's how they make every
So
entrance.
it had to have been a director's choice of like, all right, do the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I always like to think that Andrew Lloyd Webber, because the Phantom of the Opera play with the music and everything came out in like the mid 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Those movies came out like maybe 10ish years after. I think it was shorter. But I always picture Andrew Lloyd Webber going to see one of the Batman movies and
He's
going,
like, we got to get those capes.
and no, he just goes, this is the guy I want to direct my movie.
I went straight for the capes.
Took him 20 years, and he's like, finally,
Yeah.
2 of the worst movies I've ever seen in my damn life.
And let's make it the best.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I thought it was just total
That's
coincidence. I'm like, I'm
wild.
getting major Batman vibes, right?
Is that why you were like, Gerard Butler would be an
Yeah.
amazing Batman?
Because
Was that before, or is that what started the?
well,
what made it click?
Me realizing that he was the Batman director, I was like, oh, interesting. And then as I saw Gerald Butler more, I was like, a young him would have played Batman
Oh my God.
really well.
Mhm.
Really well.
Yeah.
But it's too late. He's a weird action star now.
Is he?
Well, he just does.
What's the last movie he was in?
Angel Has Fallen.
Oh.
It's like the first one is the White House gets invaded. The second one is
Oh.
London gets invaded. And this one,
Mm.
he gets framed.
It's my biggest fear.
I thought Angel was going to be like some sort of space satellite. Like,
No,
right?
he's the angel
That's-
that has fallen.
Ah,
Yeah.
Oh, he fell down.
He's also in Greenland, which is the movie that causes me the most anxiety
why?
ever. It's a disaster movie, but it's really well done. About an asteroid, like that's supposed to just pass the Earth, but the government lied,
Oh,
and it's not just gonna pass the Earth.
it's going to obliterate
It's
it.
gonna obliterate the Earth,
Mm-hmm.
and like some people it's like 2012. It's very similar to 2012. Some people get selected, some people don't, but it's not like money based. It's literally like you sit there, you get a phone call, you're selected, your neighbor's not selected, and
Oh my God.
your neighbors die, you don't.
What?
That's the movie, and like the whole time it's just constant dread. The whole movie of like, oh shit, this is crazy.
That is wild.
Wow.
Yeah. But
While this was, I gave my review as a 7 because I don't watch too many musicals, but
Mhm.
the music was good. Phantom theme, fantastic,
Yeah.
recognizable. I hadn't seen this movie until now, but like I've heard the song
Oh yeah.
since I was a child.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But and I guess it's also just because like I watched La La Land last night. That's like musicals
Yeah.
are like now
Mhm.
in my head right now. Do you guys have a favorite musical?
Wicked.
See,
That's the only one I've seen in a show.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
I saw
Wicked
that
is.
in London. I was very cynical about it because
You saw that one in London?
Yeah, that was when I went to London. I was very cynical because I didn't want to be there in the first place, and I had never seen a
Wasted.
play
That's
before.
wasted on you.
But watching it, I got really into it, and it was a lot of fun. And the music is, of course, awesome.
Ugh.
But I think the new Wicked movie is going to be bad, though. I will say that.
I know, and I
I will
hate
say
it
that.
so much.
It does not.
But
Who's directing that?
I don't know. I don't think anyone
I don't think anyone crazy.
important,
Specific.
but they're splitting it into two parts.
No, they
and-
aren't.
Yeah.
Two different movies.
Yeah. It's not going to be good.
And then it's been overshadowed with like the Ariana Grande and
Yeah.
what's his butt? The
Um,
SpongeBob dude.
SpongeBob, dude.
Yeah, he plays SpongeBob on Broadway.
what
And
the-
Ariana Grande got him to leave his wife and newborn baby to be
Mhm.
with her. It's a whole thing.
yeah, he's garbage.
And I hate it. And I hate everything about it because
Oh
that is
my
an amazing play.
God.
And you're going to go and taint it with that?
Okay.
But
all right.
Cynthia, you'll have to look up her last name. I apologize.
Here's everything this director has done for the
Yeah.
Wicked movie.
Do I
Okay.
see Step Up 2?
Step up to the streets. Step up 3D.
Oh, jeez.
You-
3D.
I mean, those, they were pretty good.
I need to see these steps in 3D.
Now You See Me 2.
Did I see the second
Which
one? I don't
one
think I
was
saw the second
that?
one. The
Um,
Magic movie.
I know, but I remember the one, was that one was in Vegas, yes?
I
For-
don't
The
know.
Step, or
I
not
just
Step
remember
Up,
First one was in
I
Vegas,
just remember
right?
Daniel
Yeah.
Radcliffe being in the second one. And he was
Oh.
like the really bad magician.
The
Oh.
rich one.
I for
yeah,
sure
they
didn't
got
see the
him to
second
get
one then.
there. I don't think
Um,
I have seen it fully.
And then Crazy Rich Asians.
Okay.
I love
That
that
great movie.
That new movie that just came out, In the Heights.
Love that movie.
Okay. And then G.I. Joe Retaliation.
Love that movie.
What?
I
So-
watch it every
Somebody
night.
saw all of his dance and musical movies, and they were
And then
like,
G.I.
he's
Joe.
perfect for G.I. Joe.
What?
I mean,
And that's
Have-
the second one.
Have you seen it? You have?
G.I. Joe 2?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then no dancing.
No dancing.
I was gonna say,
No,
I'm like,
they-
if you haven't seen it, you don't know that they just don't bust a move.
Oh, yeah, no. They bring in Channing Tatum just to kill him because The Rock can't share screen time with anybody else.
Other
Oh, he
than
dies in the
Kevin
second one?
Hart.
Yeah, he dies within the first 10 minutes, and then it's The Rock the rest of them. All the original team dies in like the first 10 minutes. Yeah, it's stupid. It's a very stupid movie.
Wow.
But yeah, no, because I was watching the Wicked trailer, and it's kind of the same way I feel about Deadpool.
Mm.
A lot of movies have just kind of like lost their magic
Mm.
feel, and they all just look bland. Like,
You thought this about Deadpool as well?
I think the Deadpool, it just like, from like a color point of view, it all looks just meh. Like they're going for all this like realistic lighting, and like there's a scene of like Deadpool and Wolverine, they're sitting in a diner, and obviously like it's in the middle of the desert, it's abandoned, whatever. There's not gonna be any real light, but you can barely fucking see their faces. And so I'm like, it's like the Game of Thrones had a big issue in its last season with lighting, where they tried.
It was
Oh, it's
too
so
dark,
dark.
right?
It's so
Yeah.
dark, and like that's all of it. They like
So
go
it's not
for
bright
realism.
enough.
It's not bright enough, but like, I mean, even just like turning up the saturation a little bit. Like some of the, especially a movie set in Oz,
Oh yeah.
it should be
It's supposed to be over
beautiful.
the. Yeah.
like that was the original. Like in the Wizard of Oz, they make a point to go from bland to gorgeous.
Absolutely.
And that's like the magic of it. And then you watch this, and same with Oz, the Great and the Powerful with James Franco.
hmm
That movie had the same issue where it's
It
just
is,
like it's just
yeah.
bland, and it's like Harry Potter past the third one.
Just gets so dark.
It gets
Yeah.
so dark.
like you
and,
can't
like,
watch movies nowadays just like in your living room.
No.
Like you have to like shut all
Unless-
the blinds.
Unless the person who made the movie like gave a crap about all that stuff. Like Dune.
Right.
Dune is a huge example of
Well,
like
Dune's in the middle of the desert. Why would it be
well,
dark?
but they have scenes everywhere else. Like they have
Yeah.
the scene I mean, like the scene anytime you're with the Baron, the big tall guy that you don't
and
like.
his little, he's
Yeah.
freaky.
But like all his spaces are dark, but they make a point to light it up, and
Yeah.
that's like same with Mad Max and everything like that.
That's why I really liked, even though I still never saw the movie, but I'm curious too. When I saw the trailer for Wonka, I'm like, this looks fun. It's inviting. It's colorful.
It's
and then
very
I
colorful.
saw producers of Harry Potter. I'm like, oh, well, there you go. There's the magic.
Well,
Because I haven't seen the new Wonka.
it's I mean it like the original Wonka is very bright. That's
That's
the
whole
whole-
point.
and it has the same idea as like Wizard of Oz, where like outside of the Wonka factory
It's
horrible.
cold,
Dreary.
snow.
Yeah.
It's
and you get inside and
awful.
it's bright green and there's red and blue and all this stuff, and that's like the Johnny Depp one has that issue of it being dark. Like it just kind of
you think
But
so?
it's
it
still
doesn't feel
is-
as magical compared to like the original. It's not as bad as like other movies we've gotten today, but like I just
Yeah.
don't. It all looks everything looks lit the same, and it just bugs me. Like this movie, if this movie that we watched was done again today, the scenes in his lair would be
be sick.
pitch fucking black.
You need an OLED to see
Oh,
these
yeah.
things.
That would make it even worse. The true black.
Oh, man. Yeah,
It bugs me.
I don't know. I do kind of get that though with a lot of movies that's been coming out, unless it's a movie set in like bright as day, like Mad Max or
Yeah.
or Dune. Because what's a movie trailer that I just saw? Oh my god, I can't think of what I just
Did
saw.
you see it in theaters or at home?
No, I can't think of the last time I was in a theater. It was probably with you. What did we see?
Oh, didn't we go see a
Dune.
movie for this? We saw Dune.
Dune.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
last theater.
I don't know. There's so many trailers out. It could be absolutely fucking anything.
I really can't think of it anymore. It escaped me.
I'm trying to think of the movies coming up too, and I can't.
All I know that's coming out, Quiet Place,
That looks good.
Day One, which
Prequel.
looks good.
Mhm.
Inside Out, Deadpool,
I'm excited to see
Borderlands
Inside Out.
looks like junk. I don't know.
Is there a trailer for that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't see that.
You
No,
don't want
it looks really bad, and like that's coming from somebody who loved those games, but like their humor is such like poop and piss and shit and ha 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 humor that like once you're past the age of like 17, you're kind of just like you can do that humor but make it more creative.
Well, you're sitting there being like, I hear that 5 days a week. I don't need to hear it on my time off, you know?
Well, and I mean, even like those people that I work with, they're more creative about it. Still.
Right.
Like this Borderlands stuff is all like
Oh, so it's very like elementary.
even lower than elementary. It's like
Ooh.
scraping the bottom. It just doesn't look good.
And that's the vibe that the trailer gives off.
Yeah, and it's just a 1 minute clip.
Oh wow.
Yeah, don't love
Yeah.
that.
And it's just it's silly. It's directed by like a horror guy, so I don't understand that. Eli Roth. If you know that name.
I don't think so.
It's Venom looks good. The new Venom.
That was the trailer I just saw. It was Venom. That's right.
That just looks dumb, and I'm so excited for it. I love dumb movies. We went to see Ant-Man together,
Yeah. We did.
and that was a dumb movie, but I love that movie. The third one. The little zoom in on MODOK, he's the big head guy in the floating chair.
Mhm.
When he's getting changed, and it zooms in on his little itty bitty butt cheeks with his massive head. One of the funniest fucking
Oh my
moments
God.
I've ever seen in a theater.
Oh
They're
my
literally
God.
like this big, and then his head's just like this. Hilarious.
Look at these proportions.
Look at these proportions.
Oh god. Venom does look fun.
I I just want fun movies. I'm
Yeah.
so sick of bullshit.
And original stuff. That's what I
Yeah.
want.
Like
give me something new.
like Pixar is doing this whole thing where they're like, we're focusing on, stuff that's going to be a surefire hit in theaters. So
Mhm.
they're like doing more sequels and spin-offs, and they've announced this is their plan for like their next 10 movies. So like Toy Story 5 is coming out.
Dude, 4 didn't need to happen.
No.
Like,
I
what
liked
3 was
more
four.
can you
perfect.
do?
I liked 4. It was fine, but it didn't need to happen. I don't know what the fuck
even
they're going to do with
remember
5.
4.
Woody
It's-
leaves everybody.
With the
Yeah.
spork?
Yeah. Played by Buster Bluth. The spork is
Oh,
Buster
that's
Bluth.
right.
Yeah. I'm trash. He was good.
I'm trash.
No, but like, and somebody pointed out that their most successful movies in the last few years have been their original ideas. So like
Yeah,
Turning
no
Red,
shit.
I love that one.
Raya in The Last Dragon.
Soul?
Soul didn't really do that well because
No?
they released it on Disney
Raya
Plus.
Was
The dragon.
I think that was just Disney, wasn't it?
Those
you sh-
theaters.
No, I mean like just Disney and not Pixar.
Oh
I
yeah.
think it was just Disney.
But then the one they did that was tied to a previous product, Buzz Lightyear, bombed.
yeah, because who cares about Buzz Lightyear?
And it was just a bad story.
I'm
like
sorry, Buzz.
there was all
but-
that outrage about like how there was like a woman-on-woman kiss in the movie. It's
Mm.
like it's literally just and everybody was like, this movie's trying to turn our kids gay. And I'm like, no.
Who hasn't
I'm like, that's
given their friends a little peck on
I'm like,
the
that's
lips?
that's not the problem with the movie though. The
Yeah.
problem is it's lazy. Like it's stupid.
I
And
never could finish Luca.
I really like Luca.
Really?
That was really good.
I tried twice. I just got kind of bored.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
But
think
Turning
it's
Red, I
sweet.
liked. Soul was okay. I thought it was gonna go a different direction.
Yeah.
But the music was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what was that? Not Coco, the other one that came out.
Oh, Encanto.
Encanto.
I liked Encanto.
It was
Okay.
good.
I don't know if is that Pixar?
No, Disney.
No, yeah. But I'm glad that one.
He's got to check my facts.
I know.
No, I just got to see what
Never
Pixar has
believes me.
done.
I
It's not at all.
hate with a passion Frozen's Let It Go. So I'm so glad that when We Don't Talk About Bruno came out, topped it. I'm like, good. This one's actually catchy.
Right.
This one I can get behind.
and there's like some variety in the song.
exactly.
Because Let It Go is just. Oh my god.
Oh, and Elemental.
Oh yeah, I never saw
haven't
it.
seen that one.
It
They-
looked.
It was really good.
Was it?
Yeah.
Like, so what happened was, it's definitely not like one of their best, but Disney like screened it at a critics festival, which for a movie that's you don't like, if you're not sure it's gonna be fucking outstanding, that's a stupid idea. Because when you screen it at a critics festival, the ratings go live very, very quickly. And so it started out with like a 38% on Rotten Tomatoes, like 2 months before it came out.
Jeez.
And then it came out, and all like the everyday critics that aren't all like high and tidy and wearing monocles and twirling their
exactly
fucking
what they
mustaches.
look like too. It's wild.
Fucking douchebags. But all the normal critics came out, and like suddenly it had like a 78% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
All right.
And it almost bombed if it wasn't for like really good word of mouth during its theater run.
Mm.
But it got really lucky because the other movie that came out during that time that did not get as lucky was Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible got destroyed by Barbenheimer.
Oh.
Good.
Fuck.
It came out the week before. Tom Cruise begged
To push it back.
to push it back because he knew that's what people wanted was this stupid fucking meme that was going around the internet. And he was like, please, God, just push it back even 1 month, 3 weeks.
Right. Because
Anything.
the mission movies they're from the ones that I've seen. They're good and they're
They're a
entertaining.
lot
but
of
they
fun.
they perform at their best when it's when-
Solo. When they're
Solo
on
in the
their
whole
own.
month.
Just them. Yeah.
Yeah. So that movie
And you
was
got
a
the
box
nice
office
mustaches and the sunglasses.
flop.
and
Damn.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Didn't the new one get like delayed in production because of some injury?
Yeah. Well, there's always an
Injuries?
injury on those.
Is it
sets.
him?
I don't think so. I don't think it's Tom Cruise.
We'd know.
Yeah.
That guy's
The sirens would go off.
crazy, dude.
He
What do you think his insurance is like?
Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't even imagine.
His church probably covers it.
Oh, that's a good
Scientology.
point.
I will
shouldn't have
say
said
he
it.
doesn't make a big point of talking about it ever.
Well, maybe it's a little bit like Fight Club, and he can't.
No, he used to talk about it all the time. So I
Oh,
think
that's a good point,
That's
though.
why his.
They're scary.
Right.
They're hella scary.
I wouldn't
no,
mess
they're
with
terrifying.
them.
They're like Mormons.
Who
but more
Katie
aggressive.
Holmes
Yep, she's
was his wife during that.
Yeah.
And she like told a story about how she had to have like a silent birth. Like could not make a noise, no medicine, no anything, and like couldn't say anything. And just like birthed a baby like that. Mm-mm.
What kind of
No,
willpower
Oh my god.
do you need for that?
For Tom
also,
Cruise?
why?
I'm like, you're cute and everything, but I wouldn't do that for you.
But
It's
throw Henry
crazy.
Cavill in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Silent birth all the way.
Where's your
It's
Superman
wild.
T-shirt?
I don't have one anymore.
Anymore? You had one?
Yeah, remember we both got the Batman Superman ones when we went to see that.
Oh.
Remember who you're talking to. Of course he has a Batman.
Yeah, I remember that now.
I
That's
don't
right.
anymore. I don't know where it went.
I don't know where mine went.
Yeah.
Oh, the Dawn of Justice one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stupid movie title, by the way.
Very.
What was the movie title?
It was Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. Just probably like the lamest name you could ever come up with for
Just
a
so
movie.
easy.
It's just stupid.
Dawn of the Marthas. Could have been.
There's the last Transformers movie that Michael Bay did. There's a Martha moment. So for you, the Martha moment is Batman and Superman. Their moms both named Martha. Crazy, right?
Whoa.
And Batman's about to kill Superman.
Okay.
And then Superman goes, "You have to save Martha." And then Batman starts freaking out. He's like, "Why did you say that name?" And then they make up because their mom's names are Martha.
But they're not the same mom.
No,
They
different,
don't find out
different.
like, oh, we're brothers. We didn't even know
No,
that.
it's just they have the same name. Therefore, Batman should not kill Superman.
Like that was the moment for Batman to be like humanizing Superman.
he's
Like,
a
oh,
human,
yeah,
yeah.
that's it. I'm like,
But it's
huh,
just dumb.
that's all it took.
But in Transformers,
At least he liked his
Optimus
mom.
Prime is like
What if he was like, fuck Martha?
just. There's a moment because Optimus Prime gets like corrupted in the last one, and then Bumblebee gets his voice back because he always gets his voice back at the end of every fucking movie,
Mhm,
and then by the beginning of the next one, he's lost it again, and he has to gain it back.
Stupid.
Every movie that Michael Bay has ever made in the Transformers world, it's just like Bumblebee can talk now. Oh, now he can't. Too bad. He'll earn it.
Mhm.
But Bumblebee talks to him and he says, "Optimus, I am your friend," and Optimus just snaps out of it, and I'm like, that's his Martha moment. They just did a Martha moment in
Is that what we're
Transformers.
coining it? It's
Yeah.
the Martha
Martha
moment.
moment.
It happened in
MM.
something else too, recently. I want to say Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I might be
Oh my
wrong.
God. Better
Actually,
not
that
be
might
Agents of
genuinely be right.
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Believe it or not, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. actually, the new
Can we
season
mute his
shares
mic?
I
Can
a
we-
lot with
I'm
Twin
about
Peaks.
to unplug all this stuff.
There
Twin
are-
Peaks.
Yeah, there are a lot of Twin Peaks references or influences on. You guys, you look at Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I feel like you don't understand how ridiculously
Because you
awesome.
did the same thing.
I know, but I am proof now that it's okay and everything's fine on the other side.
Well, that's not a bridge I'm willing to cross because I don't have to. So
Yeah. You do
until
have to.
then, I'm gonna stay
No,
on my
it's so
side.
good. It's so good. The amount of people in it is insane. It's so good.
You're such a hater until you actually do something and you're like, oh, it's fine. And then you're like, no, you should do this.
Yes.
That's.
And
The biggest example of that, like, I don't wanna say the biggest
Put
example,
your-
but like,
stretching.
I would love if somehow in 5 years or 10 or even next year, probably not next year, that your opinion just shifted and you went back to like having an Android all of a sudden.
Oh
That would be the
my
Biggest
God.
fucking flip for you.
Oh my God.
No, I don't think that'll happen. Mostly, so I've gotten to the point where, like,
Or if Elon Musk makes a phone.
no, for the betterment of humanity, nah.
Oh,
No, I've gotten to the point where my whole house is run by Apple, so I can't really escape them anymore. But like when I went back and forth all the time, that was because I was always like, I always wanted the best thing.
Yeah, you
You
had
know?
the Microsoft phone for like 3 weeks. It had like the dashboard of like the UI of like the Xbox. Do you remember that?
Oh no, it was like the first Microsoft phone that was like kind of smart but kind of not. Yeah, that thing sucked.
But you had it.
But I went back and forth because I was always like, oh,
Yeah.
I want the best of the best, and T-Mobile let me without charging me any extra, and I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just do
It's
this.
insane how many phones I saw you go through in one school year.
You're talking as if this was in the past, but this is still happening.
No, not like this.
So-
Like I made
It was worse.
Yeah. I think I went LG,
It was
Samsung,
it
Apple,
was
Samsung,
worse. It was worse.
all in a calendar year.
This is a very mature Tyler. If we're talking about it in this realm, like
No, hey, if
I thought he was so unbelievably rich growing up because of
You
how
would
often he
think.
went through technology. Even at times when like didn't you have like a PSP or something like break and you got it replaced like the next day?
well,
or
okay,
something?
Absolutely
so
you did.
that was every time my PSP broke, it wasn't my fault. The first time it was my uncle's fault.
And then it was
The
a cousin, right?
Second time, well, it was indirectly my cousin's fault because of where he left it on the counter top of like an Airbnb in North Carolina.
I'm just not sure that means go out and buy a
No,
new
no, no, no,
one.
no. So I
Not
never,
seeing the connection.
I never bought a new one. When it broke, my mom reached out to Sony's manufacturing company or whatever for the warranty, and they just sent us a new one. That was it. Like, because I didn't know how to do that. My mom did. She was like, I'm going to check on the warranty, and we're just going to say it stopped working. And I was like, okay. So I got a new one.
But in my mind, seeing
Yeah,
that from
he
the
just
outside,
saw
I'm
my
You're
new
like,
one.
how the hell?
yeah, Tyler's
you,
it
like-
broke and he has a new one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if mine broke, I'd be screwed. Like,
Yeah.
cool. I will never have one again.
No.
Not the
Yeah.
case for me.
Took me years to
realize
accept
that it
that.
wasn't.
Yeah. Even after you would tell me, I'm like, I don't buy it.
You're like, yeah, okay. Okay.
There's something he's not telling me.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
No.
he's better now.
No, I'm much
In
better.
fact, yeah, that
First
is-
of all, with phones, I don't even think I'm going to upgrade this year because.
you say that every year.
But like
Yeah.
every year,
Every year.
year
I've been
before,
hearing that for 2 years.
every
No,
year
I'm not gonna do it.
before this, I could upgrade without paying a dime out of my pocket. This year, I can't.
That makes more sense. But if we're doing it,
But also, again, because I've upgraded every year, I've realized, oh, there is legitimately not enough to justify this.
yeah, no shit.
But like, I like this phone. I like this phone because the battery life is fucking insane, and
That's
it's still
wonderful.
insane, and it is way lighter than my other phone.
God bless.
Yeah.
And then we'll see come September.
No,
Like, oh, it's so much lighter. It'll last so much longer.
no, everything,
No.
everything I've seen, it's just the exact same phone, but they're changing the ways the cameras are orientated.
4 of them.
No, it's the 3, but straight down.
What?
Yeah, that's it.
So it's a Samsung.
Yeah.
So we went from 2
Yes.
straight down
It went
to the
from
2
one
diagonally to now the 3 in a triangle and now the 3 all the way down.
Correct. They never had 3 diagonally.
No, but
They
if you,
might
like
as well
like
have.
mine only has 2, so it's,
Oh yeah.
they swapped it.
No, I'm not. I'm
settled?
set. I'm set for a while. I think I have. I'm pretty sure I have every single thing I could ever need right now.
I'm sure.
I will believe it if come like October you
Mm-hmm.
haven't upgraded
That's-
still.
th-
No.
that's the
I'm
day.
extended. Christmas.
Yeah.
No, I have a lot of important stuff to save up for, like electricity bills and
And buying me a puppy.
buying her a puppy.
Oh.
No, she just keeps saying that she wants a dog.
I just wanted.
I told her
speak
not
it into
until
the universe.
The dog has a backyard.
I mean, I can't ask for a ring, so I gotta ask for a puppy.
The next best thing.
yeah. They're tied. No, I'm just
You heard her.
Back really quickly. Back to Phantom of the
He's
Opera.
like, I don't want to talk about this.
Uh-huh.
I-
Be a puppy.
Yeah. You have a puppy.
I want another.
Okay. So one thing that has bugged me, and I've seen this movie a lot with and without Sydney since I've met Sydney.
You're welcome.
One thing that always bugs me is Gerald Butler has the coolest slick back hair the entire movie.
Until the end.
Until the end,
Mhm.
when his mask comes off, and now suddenly
blonde?
he's like, it's blonde,
Yeah.
and it's thinning, and
It's
it
not
looks...
blonde.
Oh,
it is
it is
blonde. I
blonde.
noticed that too. I'm like,
It is
why did his hair
very
change?
blonde. I don't
What?
think you can't say it's the lighting because it's the same lighting.
Because
the
he
whole
looked
time.
like he kind of looked like John Travolta up until the mask came
Yeah.
off, and then the hair changed.
Well, and you look at it and like suddenly like it's all patchy and stuff on this side of his
Uh-huh.
head, and it's not that way the entire
it's,
part of
like,
the movie.
Receded.
Yeah,
From,
but
like, the-
past
yeah.
that, yeah.
Not there until that last moment.
Because even when his mask came off the first time, like it was
fine.
nothing.
Yeah,
like
because
that.
they
Yeah.
didn't do the makeup
Yeah.
on him yet, so he's just covering his face.
Well, I feel like they're like trying to say that before then he kind of had like his whole shtick under control, and then when that like everything crumbled below him, then it's just like
I like to think it's
Crazy.
the guy who originally wrote the line, "Do you know what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age."
what?
Sorry, let me speak it in the better voice.
Thank you. I'm waiting.
So it's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Ah,
he
I can't wait.
he plays.
What did you call me?
He plays Mr. Freeze in a Batman movie, and Joel Schumacher. He wrote
Say it.
the line. Do you know what killed the Ice Age? you know what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
And then just
Just
proceeds to freeze them.
He freezes the dinosaur and then breaks the dinosaur. I
Oh.
think it's literally just he got a little too excited with the makeup side of
I
things.
see that.
And,
I could see
and he
that.
was like,
How could you
because
not?
it is literally he goes from jet black hair to like at best dirty blonde.
But like, why don't I see the?
It's almost like yours.
Oh!
Yeah.
Wait,
It
hold
does.
on.
He loses all his hair.
Can I see?
It comes off with the mask.
So he had the mask.
That's crazy.
There's an edit. There's a cut somewhere in there.
Is there?
Tyler will input this video for
Oh
everyone
no,
watching.
I won't. You
Oh.
guys gotta
No,
go.
I
Sorry.
won't.
Google it. Use
I guess
Google.
you have to watch a 2.5-hour movie. Sorry.
There's a cut somewhere there.
Oh.
1,000%.
Because the blonde hair, especially in that scene too, he
It's-
like ages like
Yeah.
tremendously.
Very noticeable.
And then his like the side of his face changes
Yeah.
every time you see it, pretty
yeah,
much.
it's. I think about this a lot
Mhm.
because
This is your
I
Roman Empire.
no,
Fan of the Opera Man.
I always wonder what this movie would be like if they redid it now. Because I feel like
No.
it's been 20 years.
Give it time.
It'd ruin it.
Give it time.
Please don't put that
2030.
into the universe. I
But-
hate it.
I think Adam Driver would work really well somewhere in this.
If he's who I think he is,
You know,
then...
wait,
Hold on, let me look
I can
it
get
up.
behind that. I can get behind
I
that.
don't know if he's the Phantom.
He's not
That
fucking
is who I
Patrick
think he
Wilson's
is, and absolutely
character.
not. He would be
I think, you know what? He might
One of
have
the
to be
two
the
that-
Phantom.
Can he
no,
I feel like
No.
sing?
he
Is he
could.
saying anything? Son?
no, Adam. He would be one of the ones that buys the opera.
No.
Yes.
No, that
Where else would
that
you
has
put
to be
him?
two stuck up, fruity looking guys.
Fred
Well-
Armisen.
It's got to be Fred Armisen and Bill Hader,
Oh shit!
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
or John Mulaney and Nick Kroll in their old.
No.
Oh my god!
Have
Now-
you seen?
Oh,
Have you
I-
seen their old man makeup?
I can get behind Mulaney for sure.
You gotta.
Tyler, now you're just making a joke of it,
Um,
and it's a very serious production. And you're ruining it.
Who would be the female lead
Me.
across from
No.
from Adam Driver?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Adam Driver cannot. No,
Is it the nose?
It's everything about him.
Is it everything?
He doesn't take it seriously.
Can you
and
believe
this
that
is
he was married to
embarrassing.
ScarJo in
He
Marriage
doesn't-
Story?
Yeah, it makes me want to throw up.
wait, he doesn't take it seriously. What are you
Yes,
talking about?
I'm saying he wouldn't take it seriously.
Adam Driver.
Yes.
Wait, have you
The-
seen Marriage Story?
Yes. I'm
The-
sticking to my
the-
guns.
The person Scorsese called the best actor of our generation.
Well, they didn't ask me,
That's a
so
bold call.
Scorsese said it. I trust Scorsese.
nobody asked me.
He said that
All I'm
about Adam
saying.
Driver?
Mm-hmm. After they did
Maybe it
their,
is the nose.
because he did that like Christian journey movie. I forget what it's called, but it's got Liam Neeson and Andrew Garfield and Adam
Ferrari,
Drive.
House of Gucci, Marriage Story. House of Gucci, he was good in.
He's good in everything he's in. He's outstanding in BlacKkKlansman.
He's in that too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I gotta watch that.
Have you not seen the scene where he just screams the N-word?
Oh, that's right. I've only seen that scene because you sent it to me way out of context.
You're like, oh, amazing.
I think the context was like,
It was like
kiss.
COD lobbies back in the old
No,
days.
it was Kylo Ren seeing Finn.
so fucked up. Oh my god. I
Oh,
guess
he was
I've
in the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
in real life.
Thank you, Adam.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He's done a lot, and
I've-
he
Only seen him as Kylo and in Marriage Story. I think. I don't think I've seen him in anything else. Well, Marriage Story is what sold me, like what Pattinson sold me on in Tenet, where I'm like, oh, you can act.
Robert Pattinson.
yeah.
I had only seen him in Twilight, never seen him in anything
Exactly.
else. And I saw Twilight after, but I saw him in Tenet. I'm like, oh shit, you're actually really
He's
good.
Actually really good.
And then Batman, I'm like, you were fantastic.
Oh, he is. He's doing
Maybe
something.
it is the nose that I just like can't take, or his face I just can't take seriously. I'm so sorry, but
Was the good soup scene? Was that Marriage Story? What was that from?
No, that's.
Well, that was with,
That's Girls.
With Radcliffe, right?
Yeah, that I'm pretty sure that's from a show called Girls.
Show or
That's-
movie?
so the meme about like good soup
Yeah.
Yeah.
is him.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
him.
Okay, that's it then. That's what tainted my my opinion, and I'm so sorry, Adam. I will work on that.
Good soup.
But you will never be the Phantom.
What was?
There's that. Is it that same movie where he has that line? He's like, I just had sex and I got nachos.
Yeah, it's Girls.
Okay.
I love that line.
No,
I'll keep an open mind.
he was in Bob's Burgers
Really?
No
as
way.
Art the Artist.
Had to make a guest star.
Yeah.
No, he's in Heat 2.
Oh.
Hmm.
I haven't seen that first one in a
Not
long
the
time.
Heat, not the movie.
With Sandra Bullock
No,
and
not that one.
what's Heat?
It's the movie with like Robert De
De
Niro,
Niro.
Al Pacino. It's like a heist movie
Okay.
it's like one of the most intense movies.
I think I could be wrong. I think it holds a record for the longest car chase scene.
And I think it's the most accurate shootout because they had like actual cops that had been in a shootout like train them
Oh.
for this. So like Val Kilmer's in it too, and Danny Trejo.
And the second one?
No, in the first one,
Man, I should really rewatch this movie. I don't
it's
remember.
really good. But he's in that, and it's a prequel or something like that. But he plays, I think, young Robert De Niro. I can't remember, but because
Oh.
Ferrari was done by the same director, Michael Mann.
Ford Ferrari?
No, Ferrari, the new one. That's the name of it, right? Ferrari.
I think so. I just
I don't
looked it up. Yeah.
Yeah, Ferrari. It's this one where he looks super not himself.
Oh my god.
He kind of does look like a young. Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
does he? I don't know. He's giving me all sorts of different vibes with that look. That's weird.
I hope both of you give him a chance because all the stuff I've seen him in, he kills it. Especially Logan Lucky. Logan Lucky
how you
is
seen
one of
that
the
too.
funniest movies I've ever seen in my goddamn life.
Do you think
Your
he's the best
goddamn.
actor of our generation?
One of the best. But I think of new actors up and coming, it's him, Pattinson, Chalamet. I don't really think Zendaya.
I really didn't want to give it to Chalamet, but after
I
Dune
know.
2, I'm just like, God damn it, he's good.
He's good. He's
But
good
I
in.
don't know that you can put those people in the same categories.
Why not?
Because how old is Adam Driver?
How old Chalamet?
He's like our age.
Yeah, I
No?
figured he would be.
Because Zendaya is like 25, 7.
Adam Driver is 40.
He's 40?
40.
Wow, okay.
So how old was Timmy Boy?
Timmy boy.
Timmy Boy.
28.
Told you.
28.
So there's a 10-year difference. I don't feel like that's too
27.
bad.
No, and then who's the other person you mentioned? Pattinson?
Pattinson.
He's
in
got to be
his,
30.
he's 40.
something. 40?
Yeah.
Him too? Damn, dude.
People do age. That's crazy.
Trying to think of who
That
else.
looks great.
Killian.
Murphy? 100%.
The fact
He's like
that
50. Yeah,
I know, but he's just now getting the recognition
is-
he deserves.
Which is nutty.
Yeah, like it's
It's crazy.
and kind of sort of same with Downey. The fact that it took Downey this long to win an Oscar is insane to me.
Is the Peaky Blinders movie a real thing?
Yeah,
it
they
got,
the
they
script just
confirmed it.
finished.
They're shooting
Yes.
later this year.
Yeah. I am so
Because that.
ooh,
Oh my God, so good.
excited for
So
that.
good.
Speaking of Peaky Blinders,
Yes.
No, you have to say it
Give
right.
it to me.
You have to say it with a fucking Peaky
Peaky
Blinders.
Blinders.
the fucking writer of Peaky Blinders,
Oh, you're ruining it. No, I'm just kidding.
he's writing the next Star Wars movie. The Rey focused one
So
with
that's
Daisy
like-
Ridley.
This has nothing to do
105th.
with Peaky Blinders. You misled me so hard. God damn it.
But
Nobody
honestly,
wants to talk
like
about Star Wars right now.
because he's done so much Peaky Blinders, he's talked about Killian coming.
No.
I could see it.
No.
I could see him as a villain.
I could see him as a villain.
I can and I don't wanna.
But yeah,
Have you never seen the first Batman with
Batman
Christian
Begins
Bale?
or Dark Knight? He's in both of them.
Yeah, but like Dark Knight, he dies. Not dies, but he gets taken care of pretty swiftly.
Yeah.
He's
True.
the Scarecrow,
Scarecrow.
in the Batman movies, Batman Begins, and he's very terrifying.
That was my first time ever seeing him, and he
He's-
genuinely terrified the
He's
shit out of me.
Scary.
I remember being when Batman Begins come out? 2007, 6, 7,
5.
5.
Mm.
Yeah, because it was 3 years between that and
I was-
Dark Knight.
So you were 7.
We were 7. I remember seeing that movie in theaters, and I remember thinking at the time, I'm like, I know this is a movie. I know he's an actor, but if that man walked into this theater, I would lose my shit because I thought I'm about to die. He was so scary
Yeah,
to me.
he's
Ooh.
very scary in that movie.
Freaked me out, and with obviously. Yeah, no, the American accent made it worse
Yeah.
for me. And after knowing he's
It is jarring. Yeah.
yeah, it freaked me out.
Hmm.
But he is fantastic in everything he does. Everything. Yeah.
One last thing.
Three-
So the Knives Out 3 cast is
Wait, but
slowly.
then I have a question. So
What's
we
your
can't
question?
do-
You go
No,
first.
you go first.
All right. So Knives Out 3 cast. I'm very interested in this because the cast is like crazy.
I think I saw 1 or 2 people in it.
It's
Daniel Craig's still in it?
Yeah.
Is he the
absolutely.
one that's just gonna carry
Yeah,
over?
yeah.
Cool.
He's gotta be.
So the girl that looks like Ellie from Civil War,
Oh,
she's in it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin,
nice.
Nice.
Mila Kunis,
Nice.
yeah.
Thomas Hayden Church, Sandman
from
the
Spider-Man
Raimi,
3?
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Jeremy Renner. Yeah, Sandman from
Okay.
Spider-Man 3.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
And then Glenn
Jeremy
Close.
Renner. Who's that?
I love Glenn Close. Oh, I love her. Oh my god.
She
Yes.
was
Her name is Glenn?
Yeah, apparently.
in the first Guardians of the Galaxy,
Yes.
she's Nova Prime. She's the older woman in charge of like the station.
Got nothing.
I don't know what she would have been in that you would know of. She's the granny in Hoodwink 2.
Never saw that.
That's how I met her.
Wow, I've not thought about those movies.
She's on Will and Grace for one episode.
The first time I heard
She's
like,
the voice of Cruella DeVille.
yes, but she's also
Oh, Cruella.
In
oh, yeah,
the commercial with Tina Fey. Talking about VRBOs. So look it up, people.
That and the White Lotus.
It's a diverse cast.
The new White Lotus I'm excited for. I love this renaissance of just mystery bring as many like random actors
do
together
like
just to
that.
have fun kind of thing. I
Mhm.
love that. Like, to a lesser extent, the like Murder on the Orient Express trilogy does the same thing.
Mhm.
The first one was okay. The second one sucked. The third one was awesome.
Glass Onion was.
I loved
Is
Glass
that
Onion.
by the same
Yep.
director? Okay.
Yep. Who also did The Last Jedi
Mhm.
and Looper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it. What was I just gonna say?
Something about how you have changed your mind on The Last Jedi, and
No, not in the, no.
you're going to go into it with an open mind.
Stop it. No, not in the slightest.
I'm not going to make you watch the last one, but I will make you watch The Last Jedi.
Oh my God. What was it? It had something to do with like an all-star cast or just.
I have a question, and I sent this to you, and I haven't told you yet. You guys know the Brendan Fraser Looney Tunes movie?
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Okay. It's of my opinion that is a better movie than both Space Jams combined.
Well, I already discredit the new one just because like I don't care.
But the first one.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a much more fun movie.
I have not seen either of them in so long. So long.
Hmm.
I every time I think about Back in Action, I remember I think I still lived in Washington at the time, maybe. Oh, my brothers gave me a choice. He was like, we can go see one of two movies. There were three options. I don't remember what the third one was. I didn't care for it. But the two options was Looney Tunes Back in Action, which is what Rennie was really gunning that I said, or Brother Bear.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Naturally, I said Brother Bear.
Obviously.
And I'm a huge Looney Tunes fan now.
Yeah.
They asked me pre-love of said cartoons. But I have zero regret on seeing Brother Bear.
Mm-mm.
Phil Collins crushed
Oh
it as
my
per
God.
usual.
Put
Movie
his
was
full
great.
Felicity into that.
It was. Oh God, I love
Sorry.
that movie.
I apologize.
It is so
Same thing with
good.
Tarzan.
Yep.
What was your question?
Speaking of phantoms, um, I would like to hear a certain story that you may have.
Oh,
about
that's
your
right.
workplace.
I forgot that we were. Oh, gosh.
I
All right.
forgot we were talking about Phantom of the Opera.
Oh no, I forgot that we were. I thought I was going to relate to a different
Nope. I want to hear about the Goosties.
ghost story
Yeah.
from work.
Whatever
is that-
you have.
So,
Whatever you have.
well, I do have this personal one that this was like my moment of just like, not ghosts are real, and it wasn't like a spooky one either.
So, I'm sorry to interrupt. Did you never believe in them before this experience?
I did, but it was just like still just kind of like
Sorry.
I hope it's real.
Yeah.
But this was a moment of just like, nah, I'm
You're like,
I'm
nah.
in. I'm fully in.
For sure.
Pause. So
It's not stupid. It's real.
No, it's what he said pause to.
Oh.
So this is years ago. My dad went out to Mexico because my grandmother had passed, and when he came back, he brought like this. It's kind of like this like
Doll.
little animatronic. I don't want to call it a toy, but it's like a little like bust or like a statue thing of
That's
like
mistake
this
number
of like
one.
this canary on a tree, and if you press this button that's like shaped like a rock, the bird will like turn its head and like chirp, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he brought it back. We put it in the living room, and like a few weeks go by. And I remember it was like a Saturday morning, and I'm like chilling in my room watching TV, and I hear the bird go off, and I'm just like, I'm pretty sure I'm home alone. And it went off again. I'm just like, I like lower the volume, and I leave my room, and I'm walking down the hall, and my mom is home, and she's peeking out of her room, and we're both just like, did you?
Like, was that
And
you?
she's pointing at me like, did you? No, I've been up here this whole time. And we both go downstairs, and we look at it, and I'm like, is it like fault? Oh no, and that's what really solidified it. It was not just a few weeks later. The batteries had died, so there's no way it could have made the sound.
Stop. I'm
And I'm like, these batteries have been dead
Furbies,
forever. Because
people
we
would
could
thought-
try hitting the button and it wouldn't chirp. So we just kind of left it there. And then we're both just staring. I'm like, dude, there's no fucking
Stop
way.
it.
And my mom was just like, it's
We're
her.
like,
It's her.
nope.
She's saying hi. And I was just like, I was still skeptical in that moment. I'm like, I
my
don't know.
God.
And I start walking away, and it goes off one final time. And I'm just like,
You're like, okay,
all
I'm
right,
gonna go
okay,
to my room.
fine, cool. Hey, Grandma, just
Like,
don't
love
freak
you so
me out.
much.
Yeah.
Please don't like be at the end of my bed tonight.
just
Thank
let
you.
this be it. Thank you.
Love you. We're good.
And that was it. I'm like, okay, all right,
God.
I am in.
She's been watching every night.
Stop.
That is awful.
That is so mean.
Scary. But yeah,
The only
it
sounds
wasn't.
she can make are chirping, but you can't hear them anymore. She can hear them, you can't.
Oh my lord, stop it.
That doesn't even make any sense.
It's
So-
like the bent neck lady, but with chirps.
Ah,
no.
And it ends
No.
up being you the whole time.
No.
You're just standing over yourself going,
gonna get reincarnated as a bird.
Oh God.
But yeah, that's my ghost story. Nothing spooky, just
But
Kinda
what
spooky,
happened
but-
at work?
I feel like that story, because it involves a real up and close death, is a little dark.
yeah.
What?
And even the ghost story afterwards, it's like it was just an orb.
Yeah.
It was an orb caught on camera. Long story short, I work at a restaurant. Someone choked on their food, died right in front of me, and we saw his ghost on camera about a week later. So
I thought you said you had like an interaction.
it was my grandma's
was
story.
that-
That's what I thought you were alluding to.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. The work one was just the orb, and that was it.
Orbs are freaky. I
Very.
saw one at the Stanley.
You saw
I
one
was
in your garage.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then they turn the lights on and off at your house.
Yeah. I have a good relationship with
could
my
be.
ghosts.
Are they still here?
Who knows? I mean,
Yes, they are.
Oh,
like,
really?
I mean, so here's the thing. And normally, like, I always think these kind of come to me in a dream, you know? Because, like, I'll be sitting at home dreaming and
What?
and
Be sitting.
you know,
at
I'll
home.
think I'll hear something, and I'm not really hearing anything. Grits is the biggest proponent of it. You know, animals are just like dickheads for scaring the shit out of you. Like Grits will just stare at a wall,
Yeah.
here or somewhere else, and like growl. And I'm like, oh, hey, guy.
He
Oh,
loves
yeah,
to do
don't
that.
do that.
Yeah.
And 50% of it is I'm pretty sure he's just an idiot. The other 50%, you know, could be a ghost, or maybe there's something wrong with my electrical wiring that I need to get fixed. And
Or
Grits
he's
is,
hearing like a squirrel outside or
Yeah.
something.
could be anything. But yeah.
Whack.
Anyway,
No,
All right.
there's for sure been times where I've been like here when you like run to the store and stuff, and I hear people walking. Swear to God.
Mm-mm.
I
Mm-mm.
swear to God.
I'm not saying you're not right.
I
That's
know,
just freaky.
But I need you to understand.
she went down in my cellar one
Oh,
time.
You have a cellar?
Yeah, it's where my like furnace is.
so if you're listening to this, your days are numbered, and I'll say her name.
Now we gotta bleep her name. But her and her friend, they yes. And
RW.
RW.
I hate having to bleep out the voices because the duck quack sometimes is not long enough, so I have to adjust
RW
it.
is okay.
Okay,
You know who you are.
but I forgot what song I played.
With-
yeah, it was. But she went
Drag it
down
out.
there. I turned off the light and
Oh
I
my-
think I started playing Midnight
How
Mass.
mean is that?
It's pretty mean.
There's one light down there.
How? You turned off the light.
Yes,
Turned off the light, closed the door.
I didn't close the door.
That's
You might as well have.
I literally just turned
So
off the light
mean.
and started
That-
playing the music. And
that's pretty fucked. I would punch you in the face.
Because my brother did that to me, like when I went into our basement and he turned off the light. The sound that came out of me, not good. And I kicked the man's ass. Or the little boy's ass.
I think because
And I would've.
it was a team up between me and your best friend, I don't think you had that much malice in you because you were laughing pretty quickly after it happened.
I laugh so I don't cry.
Uh-huh.
And then you tried to blame it on her. You say, oh, sorry. That one was unintentional.
All right, after I'm done editing
Anyways.
this for 40 hours because these two
I
chuckle
apologize.
fucks can't get their shit together.
Yes.
It's really just me. I
we have gone
apologize.
a little bit over one of our longer episodes, but
usual.
A-okay. So yeah, we're going to kind of cut it off here. It's been awesome talking to y'all. Sydney, great to have you on,
Thank
as
you.
always.
It was so much fun.
And I guess we'll catch you back later if we get any more updates on Fernando's movie. We'll let you know.
I can't wait for that trailer.
Yeah, he's having some production issues
Straight
right
to
now.
Tubi, you said.
Straight to Tubi.
It's a strenuous thing, I
Yeah.
can tell you.
And it's
'Cause
the
I've been
new
on
version of Tubi spelled with 2 U's and
Tubi.
4 E's. Still pronounced
There's
Tubi.
a Y in there somewhere too.
Yeah, as in like, why am I on this streaming service? So, thank you for watching, and we will be back next Monday with a new video and podcast and listening. Thanks for listening and all the stuff.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you for eating.
Thanks for
and
listening,
hearing and
Nutella. I
sleeping.
know you're always there.
We didn't
Love
even
you,
make fun of him
Nutella.
one time. Your opinions are wrong. Good night.
Deuces.